Get everything you need to succeed online with Hostinger's biggest Cyber Week sale yet. Web hosting plans now start at just 2,900 Naira a month. Go online in minutes with Hosting.
In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to fix any lag or stuttering issues that you may be encountering inside of OBS Studio when you are either recording or streaming. It's a nice and straightforward one to fix, and for the best results, I'd recommend following each of these steps until the very end. So the very first thing we need to do is actually launch up OBS Studio, and then from here we're going to come into File and Settings, and we're just going to optimize some of our settings inside of here by coming first to this output option, and the first thing we need to do is change this output mode at the top here to Advanced. Then come down to video encoder, and you want to make sure this NVIDIA one is selected if you have a decent graphics card. 4 to utilize this from running from your I'm going to show you how to fix any lag or stuttering issues. Then we need to come down to these encoder settings, Studio, and in order to adjust this bitrate, for the best results, I'd recommend following each of these steps until the very end. So the very first thing we need So to do that, just hit this output option. To utilize this, the first thing we need to do is change the CPU instead of your graphics card. Then we need to come down to these encoder settings and rate control. Then come down to video encoder, and you want to make sure this NVIDIA one is selected if you have a decent graphics card. Otherwise, 4 to utilize this from running from your I'm going to show you how to fix any lag or stuttering. The first thing we need to do is change this output mode at the top here to Advanced. Then come down to video encoder, and you want to make sure this NVIDIA one is selected. We need to come down to these encoder settings. Just download speed. The number that we need to measure is this upload speed one here, and this is going to determine what bitrate we use inside of OBS Studio. So as long as you have over 8 megabytes per second inside of speedtest.net, then you can come back over to OBS Studio, and we're going to change the bitrate from 2500 to 3500, and this is going to allow us instead of your graphics card. Then we need to come down to these encoder settings and rate control. Then come down to video encoder, and you want to make sure this NVIDIA one is selected if you have a decent graphics card. Otherwise, 4 to utilize. and 1080p. If you have a lower upload speed than 8 megabytes per second, you will need to lower this bitrate number accordingly, and then we can come down to keyframe interval, and we're going to change this from 0 to 2, and we also have this preset option here. Now I like to leave this at slow with good quality, but if you are experiencing lagging issues, then you may need to try reducing this to either better or medium quality, as this will help reduce any lag or stuttering. And then we can leave the rest of these settings and come inside of the recording tab, and the first thing you need to do is come into recording format, these settings, and come inside of the recording. You need to try reducing this to either better or medium quality, as this will help reduce any lag or stuttering. And then we can leave the rest of these settings and come inside of the recording tab, and the first thing you need to do is come into recording format, and there should be a drop down here. Now I can't select this at the moment because I'm currently recording with OBS, but you need to change this file type from MKV to MP4, and the reason we're going to use MP4 is because it will give us a lower file size when we're recording, and it's completely universal, so we can upload those videos to anywhere. And then for video encoder, we want to change this again to NVIDIA, but if you have a poor graphics card, then you can change this to X264. Then come down to the bottom to this encoder settings option, and once again we need to set rate control to CBR, and we're going to change the bitrate to 15,000, and we're going to set the key interval to 2 seconds, and then that's all the settings you need to change inside of this recording tab. And we can then head over to video from the left here, and you just need to make sure that this resolution is set to your native monitor screen size. Now if you're not sure what this is, then you can just head over to your desktop, and you can right click somewhere on your desktop and select display settings, and if we scroll down here you can see display resolution 920 by Utilize this from running tutorial, I'm going to show you how to instead of lag, and the first thing we need to do is change this output mode at the top here to advanced.
No, let's say we do this cockroach now. So don't continue to share information after plenty warnings. I don't know many things about the shot and the I'm sure so you will be keeping one quiet. Stuff like this. So like this. See that prayer when you see the church good prayer. Good prayer forever. Consider me your last prayer. Damn.
If you're still typing your coding prompts, you're leaving performance on the table. You're prompting Cursor over 100 times a day, but type
Every streamer wants their stream to look crystal clear without any lag. The only problem is the settings are super complicated and hard to understand for normal people. So that's why in this video, I'm gonna reveal to you the best stream settings to use in OBS Studio that turned my stream from being a laggy PowerPoint presentation that had me looking like a Minecraft character to a nice, smooth, crystal clear professional stream. And the reason why most people don't get their streams to look this nice is because they don't know the exact settings to use. So whether this is your first time in OBS Studio or you've been streaming for a while, these settings will apply to anyone who wants the best video quality for their streams. First thing we need to do is open up OBS Studio. Duh, it's in the title. If you're wondering where I got this dope starting soon graphic, it's actually in my streamer starter pack, which is in the description below. But we want to go to the settings in the bottom right corner, so click on settings, and then we're going to actually skip general and appearance because it doesn't really matter. We're going to go straight to stream. Then from here, we're going to connect our Twitch account or whatever thing you're using here. So in this case, I have my Twitch account connected with this button. And a cool thing about connecting your Twitch channel this way is that if you hit OK, go to the tab, and now you can add your Twitch chat, your stream info, your Twitch stats, and your activity feed all in the dock here. So if you click on Twitch chat, it'll automatically pop it here, so you can automatically just see it in OBS Studio. Isn't that cool? But let's go back to the settings in the bottom right corner. Click settings. Then we'll go back to stream, and then we're going to want to uncheck enable enhanced broadcasting because it's going to allow us to change more settings. Then once you've done that, make sure to check ignore streaming service setting recommendations, because that way it'll use what we tell it to instead of what this tells it to instead, which will make more sense in just a second. So then hit apply, and then we're going to move to the scariest part, which is the output tab. But don't freak out, I got you guys. Go to the top where it says output mode and change it from simple to advanced, which I know is counterproductive to people wanting to keep it simple, but trust me. Then we'll make sure we're on the streaming tab, and then we'll make sure that the audio track is on 1, and so any audio that we say is on track 1 will be sent to our stream. Then for our audio encoder, keep it at FMM. The Twitch VOD track is actually a very useful setting, which will allow you to play copyrighted music on your Twitch streams without getting the little warnings or your VODs muted after. But I'm going to touch on this setting at the very end of the video, so make sure to stick around for it, because you don't want your channel getting in trouble. For the video encoder, if you're using a NVIDIA graphics card, you're going to want to use NVIDIA NVENC H264. And if you don't have this and you're using AMD, you're going to want to use whatever the AMD equivalent is. And if you don't have either of those, then you're going to want to use X264, but that's going to use a lot of resources on your computer, which might run into issues. The next important setting is we'll go to the encoder settings. We're going to change rate control to CBR, and we're going to change the bit rate to 8,000. We used to have it on 6,000, which is also very good bit rate, but sometimes when you're streaming, if there's extra resources available, it will boost it up to 8,000, which will give you even better quality if you're a regular Twitch streamer or a Twitch affiliate. However, if you're a partner, then you'll almost always get the 8,000 kilobits per second quality. But don't put it any higher than 8,000, because then you will actually nuke your stream, so don't do that. Next, we're going to change the keyframe interval to 2. Others like to have it on 0. Either is really fine, but I prefer 2. The preset, you want to have anywhere between P5 and P7. I'm just going to have it on P6. If you have a really good computer, put it at P7. If you have a not so great computer, do P5. Somewhere in between, P6. Then we're going to do high quality, 2 passes, high, enable psycho-visual tuning, GPU 0, and max B frames 2, which is pretty standard. Then we're going to click on On the audio portion, a little 2 tabs in, we're going to change all of these audio bit rates to 320 to give us the best audio quality as well. So now after doing these specific settings, this is going to give you a good quality.
And then to charge them. Okay, let's see audio. How far now? So. Two. One. Hello. Can you hear me? One, two. Yeah. So today we are here at two, the biggest event in the whole of Africa. I told you to hello. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay, alright. So ladies and gentlemen. One, two, yeah. So use OBS. But because your mic is today we are here at two, the biggest event in the whole of Africa. OBS, no, so those use the computer audio. Can you hear me? Yeah, so use OBS. When we go far, today we are here at 2, the biggest event in the whole of Africa. It won't be that close now. OBS, no, so those use the computer audio. Can you hear me? Yeah, so use OBS. When we go far, today we are here at 2. The biggest event. It won't be that close now. OBS, no, so those use the computer audio. Can you hear me? I thought I disconnect my system. Yeah, so use OBS. When we go far, today we are here at 2. What I'm saying is my system is speaking. It won't be that close now. OBS, no, so those use the computer audio. Can you hear me? I thought I disconnect my system. Yeah, so use OBS. When we go far, today we are here at 2. What I'm saying is my system is speaking. It won't be that close now. So those use the computer audio. Can you hear me? I thought I disconnect my yeah, so use OBS. When we go far, today we are here at 2. What I'm saying is my system is speaking. It won't be that close now. So those use the computer audio. Can you hear me? I thought I disconnect my